So we came here to burgle your turts.
Okay, hello, friends. Welcome. Sorry, I don't know. I don't know what's been going on. My anxiety just like flipped out all of a sudden, but we're fine. Genuinely okay. I just had to go take some medicine before it got out of hand, but we're here and I'm excited and we're ready to go. I do have a frog in my throat, but hey, that's whatever. Howdy, friends. Luna, hi. Please don't freeze to death. I like you at not popsicle temperature. Travis, hello, welcome. Anyone who's lurking, hi. That's all I'll say on that. How's it going? How are we doing? How are things? It is Wednesday, my dudes. And we're starting a new game. Chicken Police, Painted Red. Buddy cop horror, not horror, buddy cop mystery noir sort of situation here. I'm also ready for it. We do have content warnings for it. Nothing super ridiculous or out of the ordinary, but it doesn't have a Does the Dog Die page. So that's what's there. So just as a heads up, we don't have as extensive a list as we usually do. But that's okay. Travis, I just pulled it up. Travis, I just pulled it up. And looking at it, it's like available on like all systems. And I mean like all systems. Yeah, partial nudity of chickens. We're gonna listen. There might be some rogue cocks running around, okay? Maybe a little chicken breast. There might be some partial nudity of these chickens. Breasts and cocks everywhere. Don't worry about it. Oh, this isn't ever gonna get old, is it? But yeah. It is also apparently like mostly voice acted, which is kind of exciting. I always get excited when things are voice acted. A, because then I don't have to read, but also, I don't know, it just adds like a whole other level of like excitement to it. I'm trying to think of what is happening. I have been reminded that this is essentially the last week of January. Which means that Friday is Friend Friday. We'll probably be playing Project Zomboid in the server. Probably. Might throw in a couple of other games since I know not everyone has Project Zomboid, but that will predominantly be what it is. But even if you can't play, you should come hang out with us because we like hearing from y'all. So no stream Friday evening. At least no stream here on Twitch. But we'll be doing this. We'll be playing Chicken Police that afternoon. So yeah. I think that's everything that I have as far as announcements and things are concerned. So we might go ahead and just hop right into it. Chicken hop right into it. As much as I love listening to Hollow Knight, there we go. How does that sound? In comparison to me. Are we good? I messed with the levels a little bit to see if it would be fine. I'm still trying to gauge, like, where things need to hit as far as, my audio mixer is concerned. But it's cool. I'm here. I'm excited. Words aren't working today, and that's fine. Also, you're right. Someone might be plucked. Watch out. Hi, Devo. Hi, Llama. Good morning. Someone has been sleeping in the bedroom on her pillow, pressed just right up against the wall. Alright, shall we? Shall we begin? It is... Dead men are heavier than broken hearts. Raymond Chandler, the big sleep.
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old.
This voice, though.
My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police.
This high-def picture of this goddamn chicken.
More than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too.
Okay, look. Not the 4K cop cock! Luna!
We're living in a vast experiment. I don't even notice that everything got plucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be good. Oh, I'm so excited.
It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken.
4K cop cock. All you have missed is 4K cop cock, Allie.
121 days.
Basically nothing. We've just started.
Retirement.
Like, literally just started. This is just the intro. Are we still? I'm gonna keep checking.
What could possibly go wrong?
We good on volume? Sound okay? Do I need to turn it up? 31, 12, 945. Clawville City. Work District. Thank you for the confirmation. Hello, lady.
Crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated-sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
Thank you for the clip, Travis. I'm sorry. Look, they've been very good chicken puns up until this point, but there was something about 4K cop cock that just got me. I was not prepared for it. I'm very excited for all the puns that y'all are going to be giving me, though. Hold on a second. I am gonna turn my volume down just a touch, because I'm clipping just a little bit. We'll try that. Okay. It's funny because cock can refer to either a rooster or a penis. That's the funny part. It's a joke because you say 4K cop cock and you're not sure if we're talking about a chicken or a penis. It's not just chickens in this game, but that opens up a whole new world of animal puns that we can throw into the mix. All right, listen. Listen. But I'm glad you're here, Allie. Hello, welcome. Allie, Odd Moose, lovely resident Mod Moose, gifted me this game. And we've just been waiting. Wait, what is this? What is this hand icon? Oh, I want to look at everything though. Guess we'll turn the light switch on. Hi.
I don't even know where the key is. Whatever's inside is gonna stay there forever.
We'll check out who the Jane Doe is in just a second.
The Wild Gentlemen. Those guys rebuilt the city after the Great Fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground.
The city'll never be the same again. Also, are you ready? Look, look, I have a thing. Are you ready? Rip it and rip it.
We used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course, Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight. M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz.
He's
the
an
photo
otter.
is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge, and my pants.
Sir! No, excuse me, that's a beaver, not an otter.
The good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes.
I love this.
This is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life, before Molly left me and took our daughter.
Dang. Dang. Sorry, hold on a second. I am going to turn... Oh. Okay, that's fine. I was going to turn up specifically the voiceover, because it is a little quiet for me. And my headphones are almost all the way up. But this is fine. Let's just talk to the lady. What's up, lady? Look at her.
Who is this dame, anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve?
This chick is a bad dad. But I mean, he's a hard-boiled detective. Of course he is.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
Look at us. Look at us. It is a noir requirement. That's like, that we understood this. We knew that was gonna happen, like, right away.
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
You want a tie-dye noir experience?
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Anything and Everything by Jasper Fjord? Ford? Yeah.
Look, miss,
Brain.
I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave.
Brain breaking.
I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
I think it's pretty great, Fruity. I don't know what you're talking about.
Am I that easy to read?
That's my job.
Hi.
But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
Mama! Pay attention to me. Don't just look at me. Come here.
I don't usually drink.
Well, I've got to have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
I have cats! Get. Oh, that's me hitting my desk. Hi, Mama. Sorry, been very cute today, and I needed to snuggle her.
If you insist. But bourbon, please.
Ah, thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
She knew. What was that? I didn't see that
So
notification.
come
Oh
on,
no!
spill it from the beginning.
Can't wait until we meet a literal cool cat. It's gonna be great. Oh, new personal info. Okay, I see. A hep cat. It's gonna be great. Do you want to get down? Do you want down or are you trying to lay down? What are you doing? Sorry, she's like half perched on my leg, but like... There. Okay, she wants down. I understand. Here. No, you've just hopped down. My pants are falling off. Hey, come here. Come on. Ugh. I swear, if she hops down and comes back over here, I'm gonna be very upset. Yako Enif. Sometimes everything's just Yako Enif. The notebook is the detective's best friend. Here you gather vital information about the case, the suspects or victims, and the locations you will visit. How does it work? Click on any text or picture in your notebook to read the translated version in your language. Deborah Ibanez. Species Impala. Gender female. Special feature pretty and fragile. Nothing too special. She runs errands for her employer, a sophisticated lady, but I don't think she's from a particularly wealthy or influential family. This is going to help us identify all the bodies on the boat. More Oprah didn't win. This used to be a nice place. Now we're competing who gets swallowed by decay first. Hotel's winning, but honestly, I'm not that far behind. Sorry, I've got like a hair or something poking my face. What is this? The Chicken Police is a famous detective duo. Santino Sonny Featherland and Marty McChicken gained fame through a case the press called The Bloody New Year's Eve. They flew high for almost 10 years when a fateful brawl put an end to their legend. There's a series of novels about them by Meredith H. Marble. They had published 10 books over the course of 7 years before the series faded out of public interest, as did the Chicken Police itself. It's true. It's one of the best ones. I don't know that I'm gonna read all these. Their partnership went foul. Oh no. What is this?
I wanted to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm gonna end up dead in here whether I like it or not. Every whiskey has the same color nowadays, at least in this price range.
Okay. Deborah!
That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats exactly?
I am super digging the soundtrack to this game as well.
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
Guess that Deborah was a queer antelope? Surprise.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please.
Let's go.
That's why I'm here.
Let's go. What is this new function? The victim, a lady, is the target of some strange threats. All of them are written.
So, this is the part where the interrogation comes, like in those detective movies.
It's true. It's true.
Something like that, Deborah. Yes.
Okay, hold on. What are we doing? Clues, People, places, codex, stats? Well, now I have to look at everything. Can I? Oh, okay, there's a question option. What does this one ask? Okay, well, before we do that, we do have to look at everything. Why are they here?
I promised myself I'd write a novel one day. Books I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has.
Ugh. Okay. Is there... I like it when games give me a button so I can see everything that I can interact with.
She doesn't
My
seem
Magnum.
so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know. My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine. So I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes. Just in case. My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal.
We've got items. Pays to look around. The city.
I don't see colors anymore. Only emptiness. Everything faded. I need another drink.
Is there anything else?
Behind that door lies the kingdom of dirty clothes, cigarette butts, and empty bottles.
I think that's everything that's here, but also... not here. Not here. This. Now we're a cocky ex-cop with a gun. Innocent people beware. I'm not gonna shoot anyone if I can help it.
Ironic, but ever since
or maybe
I've been
I'll
on
shoot
furlough,
everyone. We'll see.
with only my fake badge sitting in my cabinet, I feel more like a cop than I ever had before. More like a Clawville cop, anyway.
Oh.
I haven't dusted you off in a while, partner. Looks like I may be needing you now. Oh man, I totally get you.
Alright. Let's go ahead and interrogate Deborah. Focus on what you know about the suspect. Is he or she suspicious? Concentrate on that. Subject is John Doe. Focus, this fella's rather suspicious. I need to concentrate on that. Impression, suspicious. Detective meter. He is suspicious. I am suspicious. Why are you suspicious? Gather impressions from the suspect. Every impression adds a new question line. A new impression. Question 1 through 4. So many options. Detective meter is your best friend. It shows how well the questioning is going. Keep it on the positive side, okay? Blah, blah, blah. I like that. Plus 100. I love everything about this so far.
And smart. This dame seems
I
shy,
don't...
which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I can scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
Sir, listen, Sonny, I need you to back up. Also, I hate looking at him straight on. We are a horribly cursed being. You are correct. Okay. Should always be in profile. Facts. Like, can you imagine looking this lady just head on? She's shy. Who exactly are you, ma'am?
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
Chickens should never be viewed from the front. It's true.
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
Okay, We've got new impressions. Okay. She's shy and doubtful. You're not very confident. Are you sure you're all right?
You're not very confident. Are you sure you're all right?
Guess I don't need to read them out, do
Yes.
I?
Excuse me. I'm just a bit nervous. I've never done anything like this before.
Breaking into the apartments of strangers isn't that big a deal. Some people do it as a hobby.
Please don't make fun of me, Mr. Featherland. This is hard for me as it is.
You're right. Sorry.
What's your star sign, sweetheart? Did you come alone?
Did you come alone? All by yourself?
I took the subway, then the tram, and then I walked. It wasn't easy to find this place, and to be honest, I had to be discreet.
Not Lobster Man.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm starting to get the picture.
This is quite unpleasant for me.
Hey, our meter went up. Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer
Why did you come
herself?
to visit me?
Again,
Why
I
not
don't need
your
to read them.
employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
Is Miss Natasha a cat? Is Miss Natasha a cat?
How so?
Miss Natasha is a cat!
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
I don't know.
So she's that kind of woman.
What does that mean?
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're
Scaredy
finally
cat.
getting somewhere.
I mean, they could still be a little gay.
We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
Let's do it. Not sure it's not intentional, but are you toying with me? What exactly did you expect when coming here to meet me? What do you want from me? How did you get this address? Shy, doubtful, frightened, hiding something. Exactly did you expect?
What exactly did you expect by coming here to meet me?
I expected your help, just like my mistress said.
Oh, that's very nice. But have you seen this neighborhood? Have you seen this wreck called a hotel? Who were you hoping to find in a place like this?
Someone reliable.
Well, I am reliable.
And discreet.
That's right.
And thorough.
No question about that.
And
Ma'am?
has a heart of gold.
Ma'am?
Okay, let's stop it right there.
You in some sort of jam?
Are you in some sort of jam?
And if so, what flavor?
Nothing of the sort. There are simply things better left unsaid.
Then you're wasting my time.
I trust your instincts. You'll manage it.
Yeah, and I have no other choice, right?
To be honest, no, Mr. Featherland. Not really.
Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious? Have you ever felt truly vulnerable?
Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Travis, why?
Look, Santino. I'll explain everything.
Not
I have no doubt about that.
Not chicken
you look
police
just the type,
fanfic.
sweetheart. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
You see, we're starting to understand each other.
It's not. Let's go. If you won't come clean, what's the point
If
of
you
all this?
won't come clean, what's the point of all this?
But, Mr. Featherland,
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I'm way too old for this game.
please, just think again. For me and my mistress's sake.
Oh,
Tell me,
that dropped our meter
Deborah,
down a lot.
why
Okay.
should I believe you at all?
Yikes.
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
I hope that Smiley takes the idea and runs with it.
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Smart answer.
I would read it if Smiley wrote it.
Be
Tell me,
honest
what are you so
and
afraid
tell
of?
me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
exactly.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
Does it now? Questioning rank. I'm only a decent cop. You know what? For first time going through it, trying to figure out the system. I don't think I did too bad. That's fine. Let's continue on. It's nice that they have like a retry option. Okay, the mysterious messenger, Miss Deborah Ibanez. Ibanez's employer is a certain Miss Natasha Katzenko. The employer, Natasha's current significant other, is the infamous gangster, Ivan Wessler. We could be the worst cop, and not shooting for that, though. She's afraid and she's secretive, or she's just secretive, and an outstanding actress. In any case, not everything she told me is true, I'm pretty sure about that. Her employer currently bolsters the ranks of Ivan Wessler, to put it mildly. This explains the cloud of fear surrounding Miss Ibanez. She's employer, Miss Deborah. Allegedly, she was receiving serious threats. Currently the girlfriend of the notorious gangster Ivan Wessler. This explains a lot of things, mainly the excessive secrecy. Natasha Katzenko. Cat, female. She has remarkably green eyes, and she's definitely in trouble. So am I. We haven't even met her yet. My guy. Hobart Ivan Wessler. Species rat. Wait. Good looking, charismatic, and a clucking gangster. One of the most well-known gangsters of Clawville. Real estate mogul, bank director, museum owner, distiller, smuggler, and information broker. That's only the half of what I've heard about him. He has his dirty little paws everywhere in the city's underworld. Great. Speak.
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints. You know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555-111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
What'd she give us? Czar Club. I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as a gentleman. And...
I know Molly very well.
Oh, it's reading
Please
it.
note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with
Not
a blackjack.
Molly.
Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly?
Not a Dracula.
Mr. Featherland?
Oh, whoops. The surprise. Sorry, I love the gestures.
Santino, are you all right?
What
Very
the
good.
hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But...
All right. When can I visit?
Visit? Me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss
Oh, I guess it is
Katsenko.
New Year's Eve, isn't
But
it?
there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please.
How
call
did you
me
know?
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
Who is this? "10 years to the day of Sonny's big case. Find Natasha at the Tsar Club." Who is Lewis? Lewis is the owner of the once reputable Atlas Hotel and a good old friend of mine. At the moment, he's my landlord. It's only the two of us living in this unbelievably enormous hotel. He's crazy about detective stories, and he gladly helps me whenever I ask him. Lewis's number is 555-932. Lewis C. Hayworth, rabbit, male, old friend of mine. He is stuttering heavily when he talks. Okay. One of the most famous nightclubs in the city, owners of the juiciest booties and hardest fists frequent the place. And it's famous for not serving cops, except if they're knee-deep in the dirt. Juiciest booties. Alright, hang on a second. I need to grab a sweater because it's a little chilly. I thought it was fine, but I am cold. So hang on a second. Why are you staring at me, llama? Okay. Ugh. This is better. I could have just left this continue to play so you had some music instead of hearing me talk at Lamia in the background, but hey. It's fine. No. Phone! Lewis's number is 555-932! Hold on. You know when you put a sweater on, and the shirt that you have on underneath likes to get bunched up, so it's just this uncomfortable mess of layers? What's going on here? 555-932. 555-932. Oh hey, it's Snail Mates. Good band. Should check them out.
Lewis, am I bothering you?
Thank you for getting that shout out for them. They're delightful people. Kaylin and Bentley. Good folks.
Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
Okay. We've called Lewis.
Arrived a few minutes later.
He arrived
He lived
immediately!
in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place.
Hi, Lewis.
The good old...
Oh.
I hope the old bunny had nothing important to do.
Oh, okay. So we just can't. Okay.
Thanks for being so quick, Lewis. Can you drive Miss Ibanez home? I have some things to take care of.
Of course, Sonny. You know, anything for you.
Thank you for
I
being
don't
so
like
considerate,
this.
Sonny. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
I'm now fully in the boat with Fruity as far as these being monstrosities. I hate this.
Goodbye, then.
So long, Deborah. Before I visit the club, I have
Just
to take
don't
a
look at him.
detour.
He can't hurt me,
I got
right?
a feeling that this case isn't going to be a one-man job. And there's only one bird in this city I can trust. My ex-partner, Marty. He's going to be at the station. I can only hope he'll be willing to talk to me.
Gotta go talk to our old partner. Also, facts though. Feel like that would only really apply to me. Hate rabbits. She owns a SAR club. I don't necessarily need to check this constantly. I just don't like the little notifications. Club is gonna be real weird. You're calling it now? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we got scene types. Main scenes. Main scenes move the story forward. These scenes also determine which locations open up or close down. You need to complete all of these if you want to beat the game. Limited scenes. Limited scenes are open for a specific duration, which is determined by the main story progression. If you're a completionist, be sure to visit all of them before you move to the next main scene. Closed scenes. Closed scenes cannot be reached for the time being. The state will often change throughout the story progression and can be temporary or permanent. Top tip, pick the next main scene if you are absolutely sure you don't want to visit any of the available limited scenes anymore. You may not be able to visit them later. I think we'll probably try to do all of the limited scenes. I am curious about them. And Clawville PD is the only place that we have available to us. Right? Surreal, anthropomorphic depictions of people. Oof.
It was New Year's Eve, and I was driving, half drunk, risking my whole life's work. But still, it didn't feel any different. Every day was the same. And the 121 days I had left till my retirement seemed like an eternity. When I look out the window of the hotel room I call home, I see the same thing every day. A woman in a red nightgown dances slowly in circles to smooth music. The 9 o'clock show, with a glass of cheap bourbon and the red gown with the silent music. In the meantime, the proud city of Clawville is slowly eating itself alive. And we're still here, with nothing left to lose but our sanity, while others, the smart ones, had already gone.
Hi, TK!
Does her name really upset me this much?
How's it going,
those
friend?
years of solitude,
Oh, not the...
and I still jump
not the
without
head-on
question
look.
every time I hear it. And then there's Marty, my ex-partner, who hates me. But I know I have to speak with him, no matter what. Why do I feel like the past is watching me on this goddamn night?
I like the little splashes of color every once in a while. It's really cool. I do, generally speaking, do really like... It's a weird, it's a bizarre art style, and I love it.
At the station, we'd always draw
Just
straws
not a fan of the
about
rabbits.
holiday duty. Marty never joined in. He always took the New Year's Eve shift, even though he had someone to go home to. I understood. 10 years
I'm glad you're
ago,
doing well.
we survived the night the press called the Bloody New Year. Forgotten by Clawville, but not by us. We both left parts of ourselves behind that night.
Also, I just realized that Sonny has like a hole in his whatever that's called. Cannot think of the word right now. Look at the porcupine!
Well, look at that.
And
Hey,
the
Sonny,
hedgehog with
What you scratching out over here? I heard the big boss threw you out.
Plume, is that it? I didn't think that was it. Might be.
Tough luck, boys.
I don't know.
I may not be on duty, but I'm still a cop. Just
We've
like
got a little
you.
hole in it.
Well, more than you.
Maybe Crown. We have a lot of information showing up, but also look at the little spines coming through the... My goodness.
Hey, you don't have to be so peckish, old bud.
A comb!
By the way,
Thank you.
You're on luck. Blood Boil's not in tonight. Malloy is in charge.
That's
Oh,
it.
God.
I knew
That
it was like a
clumsy buffalo is here tonight.
C name,
If he
but I
doesn't
couldn't
end up
remember.
in a cell again, he's lucky.
There's a buffalo inside.
You got it. You looking for Marty, eh?
I see you're still the brains around here, Phyllis. Yeah, I'm looking for Marty. Birds of a feather flock together.
I see you're still the funny guy round here. You'll find the giant feather duster at the shooting range. As always.
Hey, Royce, I'm telling you this because maybe you'll be able to understand. If this prickly shithead makes another racist remark, I'll strangle him with his own raincoat.
I'd love to see that. Hey, whose side are you on, you jerk?
Oh! Ah! Bullet
This
holes.
happened when that old bloodhound, Blood Boil, was promoted to chief of police. The Castilia clan thought this would frighten the old hound, but they were so wrong.
Wait, can I keep on...
Retaliation came the next morning. Raids on 4 warehouses, a dozen bad guys dead, and twice as many busted.
Can I keep clicking on this until it, like, goes away?
Nobody messed with old Blood Boil after that. Or Chief Marrowbone, as they call him around here. Could have been fixed up ages ago, but it was the Chief's explicit demand not to. They can say a lot of things about the old hound, but he's got a sense of drama, for sure. Could have been fixed up
Okay, I see.
Every time this poster disappears, good old Blood Boil puts it right back, immediately. I tore it down at least 3 times already.
I mean, of course he
Actually,
is.
It's a kind of passive-aggressive game for us with the Chief. I'm sure it's Blood Boil himself taping back the torn-off posters, like some maniac. He must have a dozen of those things in his bag for emergencies.
Okay. Is there anything else I want to look at?
Back in the day, I
Squad
used
car?
to patrol the city's streets in one of these. I don't miss it, but it used to have its advantages. If you drive a cop car in Clawville, you can do almost anything you want. Until you've got the red and blue on, nobody asks a damn thing. Maybe that's why cops are the biggest gangsters around here.
Sir,
Here we are again.
that is correct.
Clawville
Did I just
Police
see an
Department.
alligator?
I've never been good at history, but if I'm not mistaken, this place has been a church, a hospital, and even some insane cult's secret hideout over the years. Anyway, the place
Imagine the
holds
chief
the
as a chihuahua?
secrets
Yes.
of the ages.
Yes, I can.
And some drunk pigs in the
Chihuahuas
basement.
are nasty, vicious little creatures. I wouldn't fuck with a chihuahua. That's a Komodo dragon, actually. Is this a hummingbird?
Monica Rosen. Receptionist in theory, but in reality, she's doing literally everything around here. Like the beating heart of the PD. She's too good for this place, even for this city. Hey, Monica.
Oh.
Hey, Boss Bird. What are you doing here? Shouldn't
What
you be
are her
celebrating somewhere?
glasses? Sorry, when she moves, her glasses bounce around. Oh, it's a good touch.
Every day's a holiday since I got out of here.
I love
I
this.
can tell. But what are you doing here? Are you here for a file? You know, I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah, you could look after a few things for me, but first I'd like to talk to Mr. Big Beak McChicken himself. Those 2 prickly assholes told me he's emptying the magazines in the hole.
Like always. And if he carries on like that, he's gonna use up all our ammo. So it would be nice if you drag him out of there. You know how this day is for him.
For him?
You know I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, So just sign here and
Also,
you're good
the
to go.
arms of her glasses are just hanging out above her eyeballs.
Thank you, darling.
Oh my god.
Don't mention it, boss bird.
I love it so much. Officer Barkman! There's Bosco! Oh my god.
Mort, you scabbiest beast. What the hell did you do?
I hate the fact that this Komodo dragon has hair.
Morty to you, sonny boy. Everything's fine. There was just a bit of trouble in the bar, and someone got knocked on the head with a glass. It wasn't my fault. I'm as blind as a bat, am I right?
Did that ever bother you, Morty?
Listen, sonny boy. Go tell them to leave me alone, eh? It's New Year's Eve, after all, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Not that wrong.
Where's your little lapdog to get you out of this mess?
Oh my god.
Is that little pimp of a midget still sniffing around you?
Hey now.
Jeff is a good boy, Sonny. And he's good to me, believe me.
Oh, God, spare me the details. When will you finally realize that little shit's been using you?
Oh, of course he's using me. What could a pretty boy like him want from this
What is
old
happening?
monster? Still, Sonny, I have no one else. You understand that, don't you?
Even you deserve better, pal. By the way, you look horrible, even for yourself. Are you feeling okay?
Is he molting?
Well, I'm not what I used to
Oh.
be. But neither are you, judging from your voice. But I'm seeing a doctor, sonny boy. I really am. Are you?
Don't need to, Mort. I'm fine. Anyway, if Bubo prescribed you something, don't even think about taking it.
I don't talk to that insane owl.
Damn right.
Please, say something on my behalf, okay? I really don't have time for this detective buffalo shit.
Buffalo.
Hey, careful with that. Buffalo Malloy is the chief today.
Like I care.
I'll try to
should.
speak for you, but keep it down till then, okay? You don't need this shit, and I don't need it either.
Sonny boy, you've always been a good friend.
More like a clucking pigeon.
This is wild. Shooting range is down there. That means that's where Marty is, but I want to talk to all these people.
Holy wild ones. Look what the cat dragged in.
Your voice is not what I wasn't expecting that.
Hello to you too, Bosco. I see you're busy, as always.
Also, the curly fur on his arms.
I've been sniffing around one of the rundown joints.
Oh my
You know how it
God.
goes. And boom, this son of a lizard comes flying out the window. I didn't know that lizards could fly. So, Mort was being a bad boy again. Nothing unusual. And you? Still dying?
I'm still a cop for another 121 days, Bosco. It's as unpleasant to me as it is to you.
All right. No need to bite. I wasn't trying to mess with you. You have Moses and Plato for that. And of course, Blood Boil.
Let's hope I won't run into any of them tonight.
Looking for Marty, eh? Ever since you left, he's kind of lost. He's trying to hide it, but he's not the same bird.
He'll never be
Well,
the
I
same
don't
bird.
Think we'll have a teary reunion, thinking about how we parted.
Let me give you some advice, Sonny. Let him rage. He'll be the same after that. Anyway, he was the one that shot you, right? You should be mad, not him.
Wait, is that how we got the hole in our comb?
It's not that simple, Bosco, but we'll see how he reacts. Thanks anyway.
No worries, pal.
I just want to talk to
One of Blood
everyone.
Boil's favorites, mainly because he's a dog, of course. Officer Jardine. They say she's clever, smart, and dangerous. We need more of her kind in here.
Cute.
This
All right, let's
is
go see
gonna
our
be
friend.
a hard ride. Last time we saw each other, he had a smoking gun in his hand, and I was bleeding. I don't know how we can get past that, but it's worth a try.
Keep your gun clean, Mr. Lawman.
Long thighs and a big gun. That's Marty's idea of a perfect woman. Can't blame him for it.
God. Hey, you, if you let the ammunition boxes... Leave the ammunition boxes open again. I'll kick your clucking ass. Oops, wrong button. Shooting practice. Oh no! Oh no! I'm out. Oh, okay. I figured it out. I know the buttons now. This is fine. This is fine. I only just realized that there are definitely some not... Okay, okay. This is... I'm terrible at this. It's so slow! Okay, it's fine. No, wait, continue. I didn't mean to exit to the menu. Why is this an option here? I'm gonna leave the shooting range. Hi, Marty.
Marty looks good. Big and loud and angry as always.
No, I want to talk to him.
Hey, Marty.
Oh, well, look who's here. Hello, Boss Bird. Were you lost? This is the PD building, you know?
Cut the shit, Marty. We're better than this.
I did shoot so many civilians. Oopsies.
Well, at least you are.
That means I'm a good cop,
better
though,
than
right?
anyone, huh?
Marty, come on, let's forget that. What's past is past.
Easy for you to say, Sonny.
Damn it, Marty, you shot me, remember? I almost bled to death.
Hell yeah, I remember. Unfortunately, my aim wasn't good enough.
Oof.
I need your help, okay? That's what you want to hear.
Well, it's a start.
Okay, I've said it. I won't do it again.
Yeah, right.
So, are you in? Just for tonight. Small case. We'll wrap it up in no time.
Cockfight.
What kind of case?
A personal one.
How personal?
Very. The kind of case where if you come with me right now, you're not on duty anymore.
Ooh, damn, Sonny. Stop it right there. I'm in.
That's it?
Do you know how boring life is here without your stupid, reckless shit? Soon enough, I'll shoot all the ammo in here out of boredom. Right, so, tell me, what's it about?
I'll tell you in the car.
Ooh, can I bring Bertha?
Ah, for the love of... Marty, this is a routine case. You can't bring your shotgun, okay? Bertha stays.
I love Marty. I love Marty.
Okay,
I love Marty.
But at least Susie can come, right?
All right, Susie can come.
That's what I want to hear.
Look at this fucking goober. Right? Okay, let's try this again now that I know what the controls are. Ah! This is fine. This is fine. Ma'am! It's so slow between shots. fine. We're doing great. Oh. It's also sometimes hard to see where I'm aiming because it's just gray on gray. I'm so close to beating Marty. I kind of want to try again to see if we can beat Marty's score. Nice, nice, great shot. Should I try again? Should I try again? Okay, okay. Fucking hell. Leave the shooting range. These dang civilians jumping into the way of my bullets. Have they considered not doing that? I'm now just getting antsy. It's fine. Hold on, what does this hint? Aim your gun at enemies and avoid shooting the hostages. Simple as that. Shooting enemies increases your points and remaining time, while hitting hostages does the opposite. It's all up to you. Choose wisely and fire away. You'll need to reload your gun after 6 shots, just like in the westerns, but even faster. Okay, high score time. Actually, properly. We're gonna do it. Fuck. No! I've missed a few. I don't think I've got it this time. Damn it. Stop. Okay, yeah, I definitely don't have it this time. This is a cop shooting range. Why do you lose points for shooting civilians? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Also, here's Marty's gun.
Hey, there were 4
Linda?
weapons here. Where are the others? You're not bringing them with you, I hope.
Oh, we're going to a bar, aren't we?
Yeah, that's the point.
And? What?
A buffalo killer and 2 handguns? We're only there to sniff around, not start a goddamn war.
Ah, war, bar, what's the difference? And it's frickin' New Year's Eve, right?
Of all
Frickin'
that's
New
furry, you know
Year's.
what? I don't even care.
That's the spirit.
Marty seems like a bad influence, and I'm kind of in love with that. Okay! We'll try one more time and then we'll leave and come back later, maybe. I am determined. Fucking hell. Okay, JK, one more time. These stupid civilians need to get out of here. Oh. Okay, we're good. We're done. We're done
Still
for right
drink
now.
coffee?
Yeah, my only poison. Except for guns, of course. And women.
We could visit our old haunt. What do you think?
Oh, a nice cup of Zips coffee and the hop dog. I'm in. Ooh, and maybe we'll
I
get
need
into
to
a
not
little
stare
fight
at them
too,
for a
huh?
bit.
If it comes to that, I'm leaving you without a blink.
Oh yeah, like last time?
Those were different times, Marty, with a different Sonny.
Well, all right. To the city then.
You don't have to come with me, you know.
Okay, I know. Let's go. Sonny, there's a little problem.
Not so little, and it smells, too. What the furry hell is Blood Boil doing here?
Well,
Big man.
it seems we can't avoid speaking to him.
Oh, yes, we can. You have your rifle with you, right?
What?
Just kidding. Sort of.
Hi.
What
Look
a
at him.
surprise. The
Look
two
at him.
pigeons back together. And without my permission, of course.
I want to scratch. I want to do a little scritchy scratch right on top of his noggin. I bet that belly is very good.
Chief Blood
Good
Boil.
for petting.
Damn.
What was that, Santino?
Nothing, sir. What a lovely evening. Am I right?
I don't want to hear your crowing, Santino. What the hell are you doing here?
Hey, hey, hey. Careful with the racist barking, old hound.
Oh, it's getting hot in here. Can we just skip this part? It's New Year's after all.
We need to
And
leave.
you're on duty, if I'm not mistaken, Martin. Where do you think you're going?
That's it, boss. To serve and protect. Sonny was in the neighborhood and stopped by to say hi. He's a cop too, right?
Only on paper, and you know that very well, Detective.
I don't want any trouble, boss. I just wanted to say hi to Monica, and then this feather pillow showed up. I invited him to grab a quick coffee. You can allow him that much, can't you?
Your coffee breaks usually end up in shooting or brawling, chickens.
It sounds fine.
Oh, just a coffee, boss. I swear. Oh, have a heart. It's New Year's Eve, and I haven't seen my old partner for so long.
How touching. You shot him with a shotgun, if I remember.
Family quarrel.
For all the marrow bones of the world, get the hell out of my sight.
Have a lovely evening, boss.
You especially. Fuck off right now,
Jesus.
Santino.
Okay, but what if I try again? I'm not gonna let this go. Like, at all. I need to beat Marty's score. No! You piece of shit. Oh my god! Why is this so ridiculous? Please. I need that serotonin right now. I hate this so fucking much. I want to leave. Get me out of here.
Look at these two simpletons.
They don't even realize their jackets are full of holes.
For the wild God's sake, don't dare tell them.
I already tried, but nothing happened.
Figures.
Y'all gonna say anything?
Hello, gents. Everything all right?
I'm gonna kill all the Jimpkins.
Aye, everything's just fine, Sonny.
Well, look.
All
the
of them.
Chick police are together again. What a time to be alive. Am I right, Royce?
You're right, Foss.
Hey, that reminds me. Look at what I found under my coat. It's Her Majesty Big Bertha in the flesh.
Whoa, 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 don't shoot. We were just joking, okay? We don't want any trouble.
My god.
Yeah, I was just joking too. I'll never get bored with these two. They're so cute.
I wonder why they thought you would shoot at another cop.
Hey, it's just happened once, okay?
Marty,
Am I right, boys?
please.
You're right, Marty. And we all know it was an accident.
See?
My god. Alright, let's quickly check what all we've got here. Look at all these portraits. Nope, that's not who. That's who. Okay. We gotta go to Hop Dog. It's
We
Hop
can't
Dog
avoid
time.
speaking with the chief first, and it would be
Oh, but I spoke to the chief you want me
We're
to talk to
leaving,
Monica?
sweetheart.
Okay.
Stay safe, boys. I'm glad to see you two together again.
I'm afraid you're alone with that.
Hey, don't make me change my mind.
You won't, Marty. I bet you can't wait to get mixed up in some serious trouble again.
Yep, that's true.
I'm serious, boys. Be careful out there.
We're big birds, Monica. We can take care of ourselves.
Not
Mostly.
big birds.
Okay, but take care of each other, too.
Will do, Monica.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Elms. Thanks for the alert, friend. I hope work goes well for you. I hope you're doing well. Alright, Bosco, do you got anything else to say?
Swamped, buddy.
Oof.
I've sent the old lizard away. I don't need him to foul the air anymore. I hate his kind anyway.
Wow, Bosco.
Well, because he's a reptile.
It's a little empty, but doing alright. Hey, some days you just have to have no thoughts. But I'm glad you're doing alright.
No, because he's a good-for-nothing piece of shit.
Bosco, please!
Yeah, that's true.
And you letting off some steam?
Something like that. We'll go and check out
No
some
thoughts,
seedy
make
joint.
coffee.
We're cops after all, ain't we? And this is still Clawville.
That's true, pal. Protect and serve.
Luna, please! No thoughts, only cup.
Eesh, get a room, you two.
Shut up, Marty.
Oh no! This game is gonna be the end of us, isn't it? New function, ask! Oh, cool. Okay, but what if I tried again? But what if I did it this time? What if I properly did it this time? Not. Why? Why? Genuinely, this is gonna be my last try before we just move on. Not this time, ma'am. It's not shooting when I'm telling it to! Please! Please, game! But I'm hitting! But I am clicking! It's so not great! I've done it! I did it! We did it! Eat shit, Marty. I beat your score by 350. We did it. It's like, it wasn't even like, I don't know, the time on all of it was just weird. Sometimes it would take longer to reload than other times, and then I would be clicking and it still wouldn't shoot. It's just, I didn't like it, but we did it. First try, we've done it. That's all that matters. I beat Marty. That's all I care about. Let's go to the hop dog. It's hop
The
dog
hot
time.
dog was like the last warning. You can still turn back. My eyes lingered on the side.
I don't even think I got an achievement for it. I just
like a
feel
neon
great about it.
god with limitless power over cheap hot dogs, plastic hamburgers, and watered-down coffee. The cold light called me, but I didn't want to get out of the car. If we went in, we were all gonna be pancakes, kept together by cold
What does
syrup.
this mean?
Marty's worried look shook me out of my reverie. Oh, cluck. Was I talking to myself again?
Fly Guy!
Look at the poor bastard.
He's looking okay, Marty. Remember what we saw when we worked at the Hive?
Wild ones. Don't even remind me. Trying to forget that shit every day.
It's been even worse since. I guess you heard about the riots.
Who hasn't? You know, people are afraid that the Great Fire will happen again, and those hive houses are pretty flammable.
I don't speak of the devil, Marty. But to be
Fly
honest,
Guy.
I have no idea how this insect matter can be solved.
No smiles, Hermes. There are no smiles here. I told you, it's a no fun zone until you get back. No smiles. I'm gonna smile though, because you are here. Hi, Hermes.
I do.
Are you on
We
your
just
plane
open
yet?
the
What are you
ghettos and let
doing?
The insects live among us like they did
Not
for
that
centuries.
I want you to be gone, but hi.
Your heart is pure gold, buddy. But you know it's not that easy. Clawville isn't what it used to be.
We're going on this whole tangent, and all I want to do is talk to this Fly Guy. Hi, Fly Guy.
Hey, pal.
I'm really glad they didn't give him people hands. That would be too much.
Can you hear me?
Is he deaf?
I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't understand what I'm saying.
Not people hands.
Or he doesn't want to.
That's also very likely.
Can he talk?
There used to be such life around here before it became an insect ghetto.
Yeah, but everyone else is like is an animal. He's an insect.
That was a very long time ago, Marty.
I was a little chick, and the hop dog had the best pancakes in the entire city.
Well, since Zip became the owner, the cook, and the waitress, I imagine it's all gone downhill.
I'm very excited to meet Zip. Is Zip a raccoon?
But at least the coffee's good.
That's true. We don't know what's under our gloves. We've seen other people with regular hands, but the hedgehog and the porcupine had, like, claws. I mean, they had little hands, but they had claws, too.
That's right. I have no idea what that mongrel's doing with it, and I don't want to know, but its aroma is unbeatable.
I think it's time that we go inside.
Ugh, the place is deserted. Poor
And we get
Zip.
to meet a raccoon. Trash panda, it's trash
You're
panda
right.
time.
Yeah, the guy's middle name is Bad Luck.
That's for sure.
Look at him. I love him. I love him.
Hello, boys. Now, get the hell out of here while I'm asking nicely.
Hey, is that how you greet two old
See,
friends?
he's got little claws. No, I don't want to give him any cotton candy.
Hey,
Look,
I'm
he
not
already
joking,
looks so
Sonny. I got a
concerned.
shotgun under the bar.
So good, bad people hands.
No, you don't, because if you had, we'd arrest you here and now.
They are a lot.
If they're
It's
still
fine.
knifing you when
It's
you're full
fine.
of buckshot.
It's going well so far.
We're just here for a coffee, Zip, okay? Like old times.
I love his little scraggly ears.
Nothing's like old times. Haven't you noticed?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's quite noticeable.
Shit. All right. And where'd you blow in from?
We haven't been anywhere yet, but we're going somewhere.
Everybody's going somewhere, right?
Tell me, how much do you know, Zip?
That depends. How deep is it?
Bottom of the well kind. Goes down around Ibn Wessler.
Holy hell! Wessler? You've dipped your wings in deep shit, boys.
It's like, do you remember Did anyone watch those videos as a child? Where it was specifically Great Danes, but like they were like in people clothes, but they had like people hands and they like would do stuff. Does anybody remember those videos? Like I had a whole VHS of like I think like short stories performed like that. Maybe it might have been it was alphabet related is what it was. I was like 4, 5 years old or something like this. I'm gonna have to find them because now I'm like tripping down memory lane and it's fine. But that's what it reminds me of, honestly.
If you've got anything on him, don't keep it to yourself. We'd be...
Yeah,
grateful.
yeah, they were on Sesame Street sometimes. This makes you think of painting of dogs playing poker. But those are like, the dogs are like have paws and stuff like, hold on a second. Give me a second. I gotta do a thing. What was that? Travis and Allie are both gifted with being able to find these things. Yeah. Oh, that is extremely loud and terrible. William Wegman? Is that it? The Wyman Writers? Yeah. Hold on. We gotta figure something out here. Let's go over here real quick. I don't have captions up here. Hold on. 2 seconds. Okay, that's better. That's better. They're where they need to be. These! Not all of these. A lot of these, though. But yeah, like... Not in a new window. I've done this so bad. New tab. There we go. Like... This. I remember this from when I was a child. They don't have any with like the people hands and stuff in this. This specifically. Why are you so small? Hate everything. They had people hands and they were counting things or like going through the alphabet and were very often like not juggling but like holding things and doing stuff. Yeah, like yeah, I remember this from when I was a child. Hold on. There was a video. I found the video specifically that I was, well, maybe it's not the specific one, but it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, that's a thing. William Wegman. I'm gonna keep that up so that I can find it later.
Maybe you're not gonna trash my joint this time, huh? You know, Aben's acting strange nowadays. He always believed that if you want something done, you do it yourself.
How
That's
else would
it
they
was for
hold
years
seed
anyway.
packets? No, they gotta hold the seed packets. They gotta hold them. Look, I'm a cat person, but I remember these videos being like a staple in my childhood, and I loved them. Maybe that's why I'm just like super in love with big dogs. I don't know. It's great. Anyway, that's what this reminds me of.
But now, He left his real estate, the fish racing clubs, the casinos, and the bars to his right-hand man, Mongrel Mick. And ever since, he's been kinda weird. Bottomed out. Brooding in the seediest joints of the city. Nobody ever knew him to be like this. Weird, huh?
Yeah.
Weird indeed.
Weird. Do you think it's about a lady?
It's always about a lady.
Marty, that's just you.
There is a woman.
I knew it.
But not like you think.
Is this gonna cost much?
Only a favor. Like the good old days.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay, we got... Not all cops are pigs. Shadow of a doubt. My city is on fire. Get a bite of me, baby. Dead flies. Dead fly tells no tales. For a handful of feathers. I can't play any of them? Can I? How did I do this? I have no idea what I've done. It's fine. They have to hold the seed packets because they're farmers. Doodles. Fuck the king.
What insight? Well, that's a good question, pal.
Where all the colors go? Okay, we gotta ask some questions. Natasha Kazenko?
That woman, is she really that dangerous?
What woman is it, huh?
No, Zip. I mean, really dangerous.
She's got the most influential gangster of the city wrapped around her finger. She calls him her little furball. How dangerous do you think she is?
Sometimes you just gotta have real bad hands around. It's fine. Do you think this counts as Fingor?
Of course, 100 times. Everyone who matters in this city's been there. Sorry, guys. But then, it had a different name and a different owner.
Business affairs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the dark era, Sonny. I don't want to talk about it.
Roger that.
Hop dog.
I've gotta say, you've revamped the joint pretty well.
Hop dog, hop dog, hop dog. The fact that his clothes fit well and he has hands. And he has hands is the bigger issue. The dogs are definitely not wearing their appropriate size. Oh, absolutely. But do we expect them to?
After you trashed it, I had to.
Oh, is this where we had our fight?
Look, I'm sorry, Zip. That ocelot and his gorilla.
Baboon, not gorilla.
Whatever.
Sonny, what's your beak?
Sorry.
So you owe me one until about the end of time. But I'd settle for you washing up here for a few years after retirement, Sonny.
Mind your tongue, furball.
Hobart Ivan
So,
Wessler.
Ibben's gone insane.
Ibben, excuse me. Ugh.
Love will kill you in the end, they say.
Seems like everyone's in a poetic mood today.
You're one to talk, by the way.
Huh? Why?
And then tell me
You
about
didn't
Zip.
get any younger,
Tell me
pal.
about you.
You're telling me? You look like you haven't had a good night's sleep since forever.
To be honest, I've never had a good night's sleep in my life.
You will when the big sleep comes.
The big sleep.
And what are your plans? Dying behind the bar?
Of course. You got a better idea?
A couple, yeah.
I love
but
Zip.
somehow this suits you.
You know what? Your mother's a goat.
Okay.
The tour didn't look like this last time.
Yeah, because last time you tore it out and beat that baboon with it.
Oh yeah, I remember now. So that's why Zip remodeled the whole place.
Because we absolutely
He had
destroyed
to.
it.
We didn't
Understood.
leave much of it standing.
If I didn't know how nice we are, I'd almost hate ourselves.
Welcome to the club, partner.
You still don't eat meat, old man?
I'm a rooster, a chicken. Why the hell would I eat meat?
I don't mean real meat. I'm not a lunatic. But a meat substitute? There's about 10 different kinds. Have you never tried any of them?
Why would I? If I don't eat meat, why would I eat a substitute?
Because you can. That's the point.
Wild gods, Marty. Stop being such a sheep. You
Mostly
fall for
bugs.
those adverts?
Substitute isn't meat, Sonny. And if it's tasty, why wouldn't I eat it?
I don't care what you eat, but don't be surprised when you lose all your feathers or
And
you
each
try
other.
to bite
That's
off
true.
your own leg one day.
They do that sometimes. I don't like chickens. Chickens are scary. I thought they just threw mice around. What is this? Fly in the Soup by Meredith H. Marble. A chicken police story? Hey! Why are chickens terrifying?
Are you
Got
sure
pancakes.
that thing's a dog? I always wondered.
The name Hop Dog is quite a giveaway. Don't you think so, Mr. Detective?
Sometimes the most natural connections lead us astray.
Who said that?
A natural-born genius?
Yeah, right.
They are tiny dinosaurs. But I still stand by them being terrifying. Okay, can we... So many codex bits. Alright, what do we got else? Where else can we go? Can we go back to the hotel?
Yeesh. My condolences, pal. I see your cleaning lady died.
Yeah, she set foot in the bedroom once. I haven't seen her since. I didn't dare to go after her.
Oh, I wouldn't want to go in there either. But what's that smell?
Ah, cigarettes and whiskey.
Yeah, with a hint of dirty laundry, but no. This is lavender?
Is it from the lady?
Ah, that. Now, that's got to be the Ibanez dame. You know, the broad who gave me the letter. And the job, obviously.
Ah, pretty, huh? I can smell it. She's an exotic, too.
Let's not
An
call her that.
Impala, maybe?
Furry hell. That's why Chief Inspector Bloodboil hates you so much. He's jealous because your nose is better than a clucking bloodhound.
The bitter old dog. He just hates all foul.
Ah, true. Except for Monica.
Monica's a fairy, not a bird. So, what now?
Big eye roll.
Well, let's gather my stuff and head to the club. We gotta find out who this Natasha is and what she wants from us. I mean, what she really wants.
After you, Boss Bird. I wouldn't like to touch anything in here anyway. If it's okay, I'll just stand around and stare out the window.
Sounds good, buddy.
Sure, just do it quietly.
I don't think there's anything else, like, in here.
I suppose 2 shots was enough for today. At least until we learn what this Natasha woman really wants.
I just wanted to know if there was anything else in here. That was all. But it doesn't seem like it, and we did grab our stuff. So... I guess let's go to the Czar Club? Let's go meet Natasha before we end the stream.
Midnight had passed, and the intoxicated madness kicked in. We could only crawl along Shalva District's main street toward downtown. The city's heart beat differently.
Not the
Ancient buildings were
chickens.
defaced by neon signs and billboards, like half-drunk lovers on a fine leather sofa. Great old houses neighbored by garish modern blocks. A place that makes the head hurt.
We got
The
that double
Czar's
4K
huge
cop
neon
cock
sign was
coming
visible for
through.
miles. A blazing red sign
Please.
advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha.
Holy shit.
Cops were never welcomed at places like this.
Dead. I am
hoped we
dead.
were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
Look at the goat. Look at the goat. Look at the goat. Look at the goat. There's a goat.
So this is the famous Tsar Club.
Also, again, with the splashes of color, I
More
love
like
it.
infamous, Marty. It's not
Hi,
for our
farts.
kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Sorry, it's Rare Cat. Hello.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a detective, Boss Bird.
I just want to show everyone that you look like a raccoon sometimes. Hi. Are you concerned? You seem a little concerned. He seems a little concerned. I think you're okay. It's true. He knows he's too big and he gets scared that he's gonna get dropped, which then makes him flail, which then gets him dropped. Just so
Very
worried
funny,
about it all.
Marty.
He's a good boy though. We love him.
So what are we gonna do now?
Even if he is a turd and tries to eat Lamia's food sometimes.
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But
He's a
first,
sweet
we need to get
lad.
into the club. And Marty, please, don't monkey this up.
Excuse me? On behalf of the well-respected and noble primate community of Clawville?
Cut the crap, Marty. Let's focus on what we're here for, okay?
As you say, Boss Bird.
Lewis, what are you doing here?
Hey, that's your old friend, right? Wait, what was his name? Lawrence? Lamar? No, Liam.
Lewis. Yes, it's him.
To be honest, Sonny, I always thought that guy's not all there in the head.
Nobody's perfectly sane in Clawville, Marty. But if not for this old rabbit, I wouldn't be here today. I'll never forget that.
Should I thank him for that?
Or kill him for it.
You're reading my mind, boss.
Oh, jeez.
That fella's built
Wait,
like
no,
a brick
I didn't want to go in
shithouse.
there.
I don't think we'll be able to
Sorry.
just sneak past him.
I was trying to click on this lady.
Wanna bet?
Not today, Marty. Remember, we must avoid suspicion.
Okay. No trouble. I get it. It's okay, Bertha. Maybe next time.
What was that?
Nothing. Just the wind.
Marty.
Did you bring Big Bertha with you?
Gods, no. What are you thinking? What idiot would bring a shotgun to a club?
Was that a rhetorical
What
question?
idiot indeed. Hello!
Sleepy
Hi,
Foxella
friends!
as rating with a party of 32. Kaysh and the gang welcome you.
Hi, friends! Welcome in! Let me hop on over here and say hello. Mito the Goblo? Thank you for the follow. How is it going, Ella? Welcome in, Raiders. How is everyone? How are you? I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Welcome in, Raiders. How are ya? My name is Kayshurrr. You can call me Kaysh. I'm a horror and mystery game streamer. Yeah, we love Ella around here. Sorry, I'm like not prepared for a raid at all. Hi. How's it going? My brain is not here today. Ella, how are you doing? How was your stream? Were you playing Animal Crossing? You were doing some Animal Crossing. How'd it go? Yeah, for those of you, like I said, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kayshurrr. You can call me Kaysh. We play lots of spooky stuff around here. We're currently playing a mystery game, a neat little point-and-click visual novel kind of thing. Had a lot of fun. Good! I'm glad it was good and that it was fun. Yeah. We, thank you. My mods are all on top of everything right now. We miss you too! Everything's been hectic for everyone, it seems like, a lot of the time lately. It's just been kind of a wild, wacky time. But yeah. What was I saying? Right. My channel. We're kind of spooky here sometimes. I offer content warnings for every single game that we play. Today's game isn't that bad, comparatively to some of the other stuff that we've played. But if you ever need to know, if you're hanging out and want to know what's going on, !CW. we'll bring up our content warnings, just so you can be informed about the kind of stuff that you might see during stream. I also have we have the exclamation point game link. If you want to check out Wishlist, share the game that we're checking out. Because I wouldn't be streaming if it weren't for devs making games and stuff. Also, thanks, Ella. Thanks. Doing some self-care in regards to making myself feel good about myself. Doing my hair, doing some makeup every once in a while.
Don't you want to become a cult leader? Since the death of God, there's been a vacancy open. You could fill that void.
Yeah, I don't have much of an intro right now. We're only gonna be streaming for another, like, 10 minutes or so. I usually only stream for 2 hours in the afternoon. But welcome in, everyone. Ella, and Raiders, I suppose. You've been streaming for a while. If you need to take a break, get up, stretch, get some water, get some food, tend to some things around ya, feel free to go do that. Like I said, we're only gonna be streaming for a little bit longer today, but I usually stream multiple times.
14 months OMG.
Has it really been that long? Hold on a second. Ella, first off, thank you for the sub. Also, 14 months? Okay, my mind's just been blown a little bit. Thanks, right? Where did the time go? Where has it gone? That broke my brain a little bit, but that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, right, existential crisis mode. It's fine. But no, if you need to take a break or anything, feel free to do so. I'm gonna be back tonight at 6 p.m. Central with, some Evil Within, which is definitely more in line with the spookier side of things that we usually do. If you want to hang out with us, no pressure. But yeah, if you need to take a break, to de-goblin post-stream, then do that. Take a break. Relax. Tend to yourself. It's important for me, or it's important to me that you take care of yourself. But yeah, we're playing a game called Chicken Police, painted red right now. It's super cool and wonderful and just weird, and we like it. Yeah, the Rainbow Octos are top tier, honestly. We love the Rainbow Octo here. But no, Ella, thank you for the raid and the sub. I super duper appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks, friend. We're gonna play again. We're gonna play this game again. Gotta get back to it. Because like I said, we don't have too much longer until the end of stream. But I really do appreciate it. You're wonderful. My goodness.
Honestly,
yeah. Go do what you gotta do.
Only see faceless tuxedos, cufflinks, and wallets. And in the mirror, they're just brooches, necklaces, and earrings.
Yeah, okay, Marty.
Don't be so radical, Marty. They're women. They live by different rules.
Y'all.
That was kind of deep.
It's not. Just bullshit. There's more where that came from.
Ooh, teach me, master.
When you're old and wise like me, you'll realize none of it is worth a damn thing.
None of it matters.
That was deep again, right?
Maybe it was, Marty. Maybe it was.
My goodness.
Amazing.
I want to talk to this man. This
Howdy,
goat
pal.
man. Look at him.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on this wonderful chilly night?
I love him.
We're expected in the VIP lounge.
That makes sense. But no, take your time, do what you gotta do. Like I said, I'll be back this evening if you're around. I know it's late for you when I stream in the evenings, but
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you gentlemen here before. May I ask?
Stop right there, big guy. I get it. Yeah, I know exactly how this works. So what do you have to do to get in?
Are you gonna bribe
Nothing's
him?
easier, sir. Are you on the list?
Sonny kind of sounds like Willem Dafoe. He does. He does kind of sound like Willem Dafoe. I need somebody to immediately look this up and see who voices Sonny, because I need to know. I need to know if it is the friend Willem Dafoe.
The list.
Love Willem Dafoe.
Yeah,
don't tell me you forgot.
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy, but I'm pretty sure we're not on the list tonight.
That's a shame. I'm really sorry, sirs. In that case, you can't come in.
I am really enjoying the voice acting in this game so far.
Thanks.
My pleasure.
I'm just enjoying this
gentlemen.
game so far. Okay, we gotta get in. Can I?
You know, seeing this, I can't wait for the show.
Marty, please.
The girls.
New Year's Eve's once a year, right? And we're not on duty.
Have I asked how Laura's doing?
Whoa, hey, I was just kidding, okay? My relationship with Laura is unwavering, like the rhino beauty on this picture.
Interesting taste you've got.
Feathers, scales, or dermal armor, a lady's a lady, my friend.
Thank the wild gods
Marty,
for self-sacrificing gentlemen like you.
Is there... Can I talk to Lewis? We can talk to Lewis now.
Sonny, my dear friend.
Hi, Lewis. This is my partner, but I'm sure you
Also
already
not
know.
the, like, lip smacking that Lewis is doing in the background.
You have no idea how happy I am to meet you, Mr. Marty. I'm a big admirer of your work.
Pleasure's all mine,
Oh,
Lawrence.
I hate him.
Lawrence? Anyways, so, the legendary chicken police back together? Isn't it amazing news?
Don't ruffle my feathers, Lewis.
Woof.
Those days are long gone. We're just here for the entertainment. Or something like that.
I see. That's a shame.
See you inside?
I need Lewis to go away for
I have
forever.
Something to do, my pal, but I'll try to make it for the main event.
Okay then. Catch you later, pal.
Let's just not
do that, shall we?
Okay.
Bad. Ask!
What can you tell me about the first lady of the place, big guy?
You mean Miss Natasha Katsenko, sir?
You're right on point, pal.
Nothing you don't know already, sir.
Give me strong fish called Wanda vibes. I can see that.
Just
100%.
Well,
I haven't watched that
she owns
movie in
the
a
place.
minute.
And, that's it? Well, that's, unbelievable.
Pardon, monsieur, but I'm not permitted to say anything more.
Say,
Lewis?
big guy, you know Mr. Lewis Hayworth?
I don't know if pretending that he's Michael Palin will make it any better for me.
But of course.
I'll
Mr.
pretend,
Hayworth is
but
an
I...
impeccable gentleman, and also a
Oh,
frequent
no.
visitor of the club.
Oh no!
Is that so? Good to know. And?
Again, between the rabbit and the lip smacking, I
I'm
just
afraid
need...
that is all, monsieur.
I need Lewis to go. Lewis has to go. Please,
Look,
match.
I really don't want any trouble, but...
It is even more inconvenient for me, sir, but this place doesn't like coppers. Forgive the slang. I can't let just anybody in, and there are some I am strictly forbidden to. Please, you have to understand.
Listen here, you cow.
He's not...
Do you have any idea who we are?
Marty, please.
You ever read the papers?
Marty, please.
Of course, I know who you are, sir. I read the news and more, and I must admit it's an honor to meet you in person, Mr. Santino Featherland and Mr. Marty Machikin. The Bell of the Pantheress is one of my favorite books.
Oh my god, not the books again.
So it would be terribly inconvenient for me if I had to use force on you, gentlemen.
But he'll do it.
What did you just say?
Relax,
Marty, please.
Marty. This guy has chicks like you for breakfast. And thanks for the information, pal. Have a nice night.
Thank you for understanding, gentlemen. And forgive me for my austere
composition.
No
You're
problem,
fine, buddy.
Shakespeare. Just one more thing. This list of yours, where should we sign up again?
I'm afraid if you don't know, it's not my place to tell you, sir. Excusez-moi, the regulations, you know.
Does Lewis
You hear
know?
that, Sonny?
I do, Marty. I do.
I'm gonna lose my crest from this guy. Just wait.
Just don't get too excited, Marty. Not tonight. Anyway, thanks, pal.
I was hoping we could get into the club before we ended stream. We still might.
Look, Lewis, that bouncer over there.
Well, yes. He is a bit intimidating, but his manners are impeccable. Am I right?
Yes, indeed, but it seems tonight we're not on his list.
I got stuff I gotta attend to this afternoon,
see.
though. I can go a little longer.
Oh, I get it. I get it. You'd like to go in, but he won't let you.
Yeah.
I gotta
something
do
like
some
that.
laundry and some tidying and
No.
start like
No problem
continue
at
to
all.
work on my
Come with
my
me.
bot stuff. I'm
talk to him.
in the process of moving bots again for stream.
Much obliged, pal.
'Cause I think I can like make some of my stuff a little more streamlined.
Yeah, thanks, Bunny.
Which I'm excited for, but it's
Excuse me.
yeah, I need to work on it. It's fine.
Ah, jeez, what the hell's wrong with you, Marty?
What? Did I say something wrong?
Marty, you need to just stop talking. Okay, where did he say to go?
Is Lucas really such a big fan?
It's
Lewis. And yes, he's got the whole Chicken Police book series. Damn his taste.
Oh!
Huh, I like this.
Why is that?
I don't know. 'Cause it's moving, I guess.
You're a
Marty,
simple
please.
bird, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Marty, please.
Do you remember when the Clawville Chronicle was a really high-quality newspaper?
You mean when they wrote something about us daily?
Yeah. What exactly happened to them?
Well, they got bored with us, Marty. And to be honest, so did I.
But still, here we are working together again. Funny, huh?
Yeah, hilarious.
Okay, hold on a second. Where is Lewis? We've been partners for almost 10. Wait, no, that's for Martin. That's Lewis's number. Do we not? I missed.
Sir.
There we go.
How'd you do?
Everything's fine, Mr. Aworth.
Good. Look, this noble pair of pigeons are my friends. They're on the list, okay?
L'archement, sir.
And as for you, you owe me one, gentlemen.
That's
Thanks,
fine.
old pal.
It was my pleasure to help you, as always.
Great, let's go in.
The jazz overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke and the smell of spilt whiskey. Behind the bar,
Sorry.
rows of fancy
There's a
bottles
bear back there.
reflected the harmonious voices of pretty dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me. No matter how alien I felt, it was strangely like coming home. Welcome to the Tsar. Well, here we are.
Mother of...
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Don't even think about it.
Ah, men these days. So, we're here to find a dame called Natasha.
I have a hunch she won't be hard to find. Let's mingle and try to avoid suspicion.
Just like always.
No, Marty, not like always. This time it's for real. So,
Big
where
buck.
the hell is Natasha?
Let's ask that stud over there with those nice gals.
That guy looks way too horny for my taste.
Get it? Because he's got antlers.
Oh man, your sense of humor is bad as ever.
You just need to get used to it again.
What
But I wanna talk.
This is the life, huh? What's this guy do? Real estate? Mob accountant? Or is he a movie star?
To them.
He looks like a coat hanger to me.
That was actually worse than the previous joke.
I try.
My god. Alpaca! Goat! Henchman!
A fox
Fox
is
fella.
a wolf who sends flowers.
What?
Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
Yo, okay.
Fascinating. I didn't know you could read.
Ha ha ha. Very funny.
Guess let's talk to the henchman.
This guy
Or
is
look at him at
certainly
least.
not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not.
Definitely 100% not.
Hey, Marty, I bet you wouldn't dare to go up to him and ask if he hasn't seen your fur coat.
What? Why? I'm mad, yeah, but not suicidal.
Are you chicken or what?
Sonny.
Piss off, old bird.
Sonny.
Nah, chicken shit.
Sonny. Please. I guess let's look at the stage.
I was hoping to have missed the main event.
They're very good. The puns are very
You're
good.
a rusty old cock, that's why.
So says the little butt jam.
But what?
Yeah, what?
It is now, all because of you. You should
Sonny!
feel honored. Butt jam.
You know, Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil little child.
I'm gonna call everyone a butt jam now. This is just how it works. The hair on this bartender, also, this man is standing so close.
A man's best friend.
Butt jam, a relative of the dupe plug? Absolutely.
That's not a dog, Sonny. That's a horse. He just has a very weird mane.
I didn't mean him, Marty. I meant the bar.
We have discussed this before. Horses are just big weird dogs.
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah, because that totally makes sense.
Can I speak to him?
2 whiskeys, kid, and no horsing around.
What is this mane?
I've never heard that one before.
Gotta clean that butt jam off your tube plug! Ah! TK. No! Cursed.
Sonny, you gotta
so
drive,
cursed. Horses are way different than horses? This is just because you have a thing against horses, Allie. They're just big, weird dogs.
You're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a glass of tap.
Cows are giant dogs. But horses are definitely big, weird dogs.
Yes, sir.
Emphasis
Come
on the
right up.
weird.
That wasn't exactly what I meant.
Not Horse Girl Allie.
As I recall, you're always bragging about hiding your shotgun in your coat so well, no one can see it.
Sure. Maybe I have it with me now. What?
Well, do you see that bottle, Marty? That's a 28-year-old Golden Eagle whiskey.
Of all the furry gods, you're right.
And they've just left it on the bar. Someone ordered it, got so drunk he forgot all about it. So?
Are we stealing it?
So we're confiscating it as evidence.
Yeah. Well, more like stealing it. But if it's easier for you.
You're twisted, pal. But to be honest, I've no objections.
Take it. Take it.
know it's not my place, but Laura's father went to that guy when his, problems had gone too far.
You're treading on thin ice, Marty.
Are we calling out Sonny for his alcoholism?
No, I just... Look, fellas at the station are talking, all kinds of things. Moses, Plato, Bosco, and the others.
Talking, eh? About what? About why Blood Boil took my badge? About what an untrustworthy alcoholic wreck I am?
I mean...
Look, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter.
Good, and let it stay that way.
Ugh.
At least we're cracking this one together, yeah?
Sure, Marty.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
Hey, there's Philmar.
Who? Oh, yes. Philmar. Because that's what he calls himself, right?
You know him well?
We had some seriously wild cases together, yes. Mainly in Averia, way before Clawville. Another place and another life.
Sounds good. Like the blurb of some cheap pulp fiction book.
Isn't this who we recommended, Deborah go see?
Yeah, and was the exact opposite. But the old bird's worth saying hi to. Well, well, if it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay.
Again,
Mr.
sometimes...
Dumbass alias Phil Marlowe.
Sometimes the voices, the characters just, like, absolutely catch me off guard.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with a feather pillow mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Phil Marlowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you old fart.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little clucked tonight.
I know the feeling, pal. By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good old-fashioned beating?
We stick out? Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
Also, buddy, your tie.
Case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
Oh, boy.
And you?
Something like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Any useful information?
For free?
Stop clucking around, Philmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back.
Thanks, Philmar. There's Wessler. Where is he? There he is. Also, lady. I think we'll probably call it here. Yeah. Just want to make sure. Yeah. Cool. It auto-saves. We love that for us. So yeah, we'll call it here and pick this back up on Friday afternoon. Because I will stream in the afternoon, just not Friday evening. Thanks all for being here. I'm excited about this game. I always just have fun, like, starting out a new game, but I'm also just excited about this one. This one seems really neat. Sorry I wasn't doing much talking. There's so much discussion going on in-game, and I don't want to, like, talk over all the characters. But that's okay. Shall we set up a raid? I don't have too many people on at the moment. I've got the Hot Cross doing some Dead by Daylight, Emageddon is doing some Fall Guys, and Angry Barman is doing some Metal Gear Solid. Do any of those sound good, or does anyone want to suggest someone? I'm always here for new friends. Oop. Who's rhubarb fruit jam? who is this? What are they doing? Doing some Stardew? Y'all want some Metal Gear Solid or Stardew? Thoughts, opinions? I'm kind of here to check out new person. Excuse me. And we just raided Angry not too long ago, right? Let's go ahead and say hi to Rhubarb Fruit Jam. Let's go ahead and start that raid. The messages are above. First one's for anyone. It's got global emotes. Second one is for subs. It has our channel emotes on it. As always, thank y'all for being here and just being fantastic and lovely, wonderful people. Hi, Enos. I will be back this evening at 6 p.m. Central to do some more Evil Within. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Have a good one. Take care of your dang selves. And yeah, bye y'all.